Hi, in this video we're going to discuss some of the things we dislike about the Dyson V10 Motorhead cordless vacuum cleaner, and that's this guy right here. Now the first thing is that this battery is not swappable. A swappable battery is great because when you run this battery down, if you have a second one that's been on charge, you can take that, replace this one, and continue vacuuming. That effectively doubles your runtime. None of the Dyson stick vacuums allow you to do that, and that includes none of the V10s. Now, an example of a vacuum that has a swappable battery. We've got the Shark Ion Flex here. Now we're going to take the handheld component off. This is the battery, and you can see if we were using it and the battery was exhausted, you can just take it out like that. If you have a second battery, which we do, take it out of the charger, and you can just pop that right back in and continue vacuuming. Now, that's something that I think a lot of people wish that the Dyson stick vacuums had, and they don't. This next point is an issue for some people, but not everyone, and that is that you must depress this trigger in order to get power to the vacuum cleaner. And the minute you take your finger off the trigger, the power stops. Now, some people feel that their finger gets a little tired because they can't just lock that trigger into place. You constantly have to keep it depressed. For me, it's not an issue, but we have read over the years with the V6, the V7, the V8, the V10s, some people find that bothersome. Now, what's interesting is that we've got the Tineco A10 Hero here. Now, I think maybe they've heard some grumbling from the Dyson stick vac owners, and they created a trigger lock to deal with that very issue. Now, it also works like the Dyson stick vacuums. You can press the trigger, and when you release it, the power turns off, but it's got this trigger lock mechanism so that you don't have to keep your finger on the trigger. Again, it's not a big issue for us, but it's probably something you should be aware of. The next point here relates to runtime. Now, in our opinion, the V10s have a pretty good runtime for cordless vacuum cleaners, but that's not really the issue here. The issue is that people hear the marketing materials, they read the marketing materials. It says up to 60 minutes of fade-free, cord-free power. They get the machine, they take it home, they use the motorized cleaner head on their carpet, for example, and the machine runs out long before 60 minutes. So what's going on here? Well, 60 minutes is really the optimal runtime you'll get in a certain configuration. Other configurations have lower runtimes. Now, we've highlighted all the different configurations here in this table. So if you're using a non-motorized tool, for example, like this crevice tool here, in low power mode, you will get 60 minutes. Now remember, this machine has 3 power modes, low, medium, and max. So even when you're using a non-motorized tool, when we start to step up the power, well, your runtime drops significantly. So when you go from low power to medium, now we're down to 30 minutes. And in max power mode, you're only at 5 to 6 minutes. That's even with a non-motorized tool. And timing is even lower when you're using a motorized tool, for example, like this direct drive cleaner head. This is the one you're going to use. Well, if you've got the motor head, you're using this for everything, carpet and bare floors. Now, in low power mode with the motorized tool, you're going to get a maximum of around 35 minutes, medium power 20 minutes, and max power 5 to 6 minutes. So it's important to understand here that you're not going to get 60 minutes in all of these configurations.
This table shows runtime and suction for the different Dyson cordless vacuums in the different power modes, and the runtime here is for the motorized tool. Now, if we look at the upper right of this table, we're talking about the Dyson V10 in low power suction. You will notice it gets 35 minutes of runtime. And that's 10 minutes more than the V8 and a full 15 minutes more than the V7. So you might think, wow, it's really worth it to get that extra runtime. But what you may not realize if you're only looking at runtime is that you're taking a hit on the suction. You will notice that the V7 has 21 air watts of suction, the V8 has 28, while the V10 only has 15.8 air watts of suction. Now this is only in low power mode, mind you. The V10 also has a medium and max power mode.
The Motorhead is the least expensive of the V10s, and understandably it doesn't come with a lot of tools, but there are some that would have been nice to have. This is the mini motorized tool, has a motorized brush roll. We like to put this on the end of the handheld. It's good for doing upholstery, good for pet hair. We sometimes also put it on the end of the wand and do a set of stairs. That larger direct drive cleaner head can be a bit awkward on a smaller staircase. This mini motorized tool, you find it on the Animal and the Absolute. This is the soft roller cleaner head. This is only available with the Absolute, and this is very good on bare floors. Now, in our other video entitled What We Love About the Dyson V10 Motorhead, we did a test on tile between this soft roller cleaner head and the direct drive cleaner head. Now, this one definitely outperformed the direct drive, but the direct drive still did a reasonable job. Now, that was only with small to medium-sized debris. When you start to add larger debris, the capabilities of the two tools start to become more prominent, and the direct drive cleaner head isn't particularly good at dealing with large debris on a bare surface. Now, we're going to show a quick clip where we take that same small to medium-sized debris but add larger debris in the form of Fruit Loops, and you will see the difference between the performance.
We wanted to provide a table that shows the different tools that come with the different V10 models. This is really more of an FYI. If we start with the V10 Absolute, you can see that it comes with the combination nozzle, a crevice tool, mini motorized tool, a dusting brush, the torque drive cleaner head, and a soft roller cleaner head. Moving to the V10 Animal, if we compare it to the Absolute, everything is the same with the exception of the soft roller cleaner head. You do not get that with the Animal. And looking at the Motorhead, if we want to compare it to the Absolute and the Animal, it does not have that mini motorized tool, it does not have the dusting brush, and the torque drive cleaner head becomes a direct drive cleaner head with the Motorhead. In addition, the Motorhead does not have the soft roller cleaner head that you get with the Absolute.
If you do a lot of cleaning, you will find yourself having to empty the Motorhead more often than you would have to empty the Absolute or the Animal. And that's because the dust canister in the Motorhead is much smaller. The dust canister here is 0.14 gallons. We've got the Absolute here, and you can see the difference in the size of the dust canisters. This guy is 0.2 gallons, so it's a full 43% larger. With the V10s, you have to remove the wand in order to empty the dust canister. The dust canister door is here. It will not open with the wand in place. That wasn't the case with the V6, V7, and V8s. This is a V8 here. You can see that you can easily open the dust canister like that, close it up with the wand attached. In the case of this is the Motorhead, the Absolute and the Animal are the same, even though the dust canister is a little longer. You've got to remove that, and then you can go ahead and empty the dust canister. So those are some of the things we dislike about the Dyson V10 Motorhead cordless vacuum cleaner. Now, there are quite a few things we really do like about this machine, and you can see those in our video entitled What We Love About the Dyson V10 Motorhead. Thanks very much for watching.